What in the actual... How bad could it really be though?
Alright everyone, Maharib is here and I was watching the podcast of some of the most legendary, Giga Chad and underrated Genshin Impact content creators.
What a gotcha cash ripoff, guys. I hate them all, especially that V guy.
And they were talking about boycotting Genshin, the main goal being spreading awareness, unite, and asking players not to spend money, or support or advertise spending money in the game, review bombing, and using different tactics to force Hoyoverse to listen to their players and make Genshin a better game.
Complete fucking copium, by the way. No one is gonna listen to that, bro. People are still spending their money C6ing Xianyun and stuff. They don't give a shit. Let's say they do care and decide to do something in return. 10 wishes, take it or leave it.
They are pretty vocal and serious about the situation because why not? No one at this point would like to be treated the way Genshin is treating their player base, which is truly justifiable.
Nah man, I just think they're very ungrateful. So are you, by the way. You should be ashamed of yourself. It's a free-to-play game, bro.
But then a question came into my mind. Yes, you can say that spending money or advertising Genshin will never encourage the developers to change the way they're working. But at the same time, if we are playing, advertising, or in some scenarios spending money or indirectly encouraging our audience to spend money on other Hoyoverse games like Honkai Star Rail or Honkai Impact 3rd, are we really contributing to the cause?
Oh, so this is what it's all about. Don't spend money on the other games, guys. If you spend money on Honkai Starbucks, then Genshin also benefits from it. Maybe he's actually onto something, guys. You know, maybe we should give him the benefit of the doubt.
Because ultimately, it only means that we are giving money to them not through one game, but through the other. I reached to BMO and asked the question, and his reply was that there are different teams behind all these games, and it is already not easy to make players boycott Genshin in the first place.
You think? People can't separate themselves from this game for one day because they're worried about what Hu Tao would think if they left Genshin for like more than 3 minutes.
Plus, if we will do that, it will create another step for them to find the root cause of players boycotting Star Rail or Honkai Impact 3rd, etc.
Yeah, imagine if you were behind those games and you saw your ratings go down while you were treating the players well. What could have possibly fucking happened?
Honestly, his points were somewhat valid in their own right, but I still wanted to create this video out of curiosity because it's not all that simple. I agree how well HSR is treating the player base, and it would be harsh to even talk badly about the game to be honest, but if a content creator is shitting on Genshin and playing Honkai Star Rail at the same time, what is he doing? And yes, that includes Tectone as well.
Yeah, dude. What are you doing, bald man? You play Honkai Starbucks, but you criticize Genshin like you pick mint every day. Oh man, those gotcha smack, those pokies, they all stick their nose where it don't belong. So far, this guy is spitting facts, guys. He knows what's up. He knows how hypocritical and manipulative these people are.
It ultimately doesn't matter if there are multiple teams running different games or a single team. Your money from all the games are reaching the same company.
Whoa. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
There are a lot of Genshin players, including me, who don't like turn-based combat system, and that's why they don't play Star Rail. But there is no denying that a lot of players switched from Genshin Impact to Honkai Star Rail. When they experienced that gameplay, some found it interesting, they stayed. Some found it boring, they left. Then they saw content creators playing the game, they rejoined. Then they saw more quality of life, more interesting characters, more in-game content. Saw everyone, including those who hate Genshin, down to their core, praising Honkai Star Rail to an extreme that they cannot hear a single word against it.
Alright, that's BS. People do complain about Honkai Starbucks, bro. It's far from perfect, it's just way better than Genshin. The players are actually treated like real human beings. That's the difference when it comes down to it.
And I'm not joking. We are at the point in time where I cannot create a video saying I love Genshin Impact because you just can't. You don't want the wrath of the community and your viewers, right?
That's just a blatant lie. You know that shit isn't remotely correct. I mean, looks like he's right, guys. The only two relevant Genshin Impact content creators who speak well about the game are getting attacked. He is spitting facts.
You cannot say you like to roam around in the open world to pick mints and berries, right? It would be the end of your YouTube career.
That's it, you piece of trash. You shouldn't have attacked me so personally. I knew it. I knew this shit was personal. And now I'm gonna have to end your YouTube career. The mint picker is back, boys.
But at the same time, you would not want to say anything against HSR. Or that in order to force Genshin developers to make changes, you need to boycott Honkai Star Rail as well. You have to boycott Hoyoverse as a whole because at the end of the day, it is the game of money.
Oh yeah, man, totally. Because if a game earns them $0, they're definitely not just gonna kill it and simply move on with the game that's making them money. No, they're just gonna cancel both. It doesn't matter, man. It's like saying let's force Nintendo to go bankrupt because they put out Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So, none of the other franchises like Mario and Zelda matter. They don't matter. It's all about that one game that's fucking you up, that gave you the mental illness to post this video.
It only takes a fraction of what Genshin is earning in order to create all the content that it is feeding us. Boycotting Hoyoverse one game and praising the other will cause them more good than harm. There is a mindset of Genshin content creators I saw where they say HSR player base is entirely different than Genshin Impact, which is not entirely true.
Yeah, man, people like Asmongold who play Honkai Starbucks still haven't played Genshin. They're running away from fate itself.
You cannot hide the fact that the majority of Honkai Star Rail players are indeed ex-Genshin players, who are either playing both games, or don't even play Genshin anymore because of all the boycott Genshin drama. Then the question arises, Genshin players want an open world and free combat type. Why would they change their preferences in order to switch to Honkai Star Rail?
First of all, buddy, it's pretty bold of you to assume that most people just left the game because of a boycott that barely anyone adheres to. Believing that the boycott will have any long-lasting effect is pure copium, honestly. Especially one that basically 1% of the player base cares about. Second of all, Genshin players don't have to be the type of person that only likes one genre, which is open world. They can like turn-based RPGs, they can like action games which are linear, they can like all that shit and like Genshin. Like, what the fuck is that argument? Lastly, why would they change their preferences to switch to Honkai Star Rail? Maybe it's because Genshin's treating them like shit and they heard, oh, there's this free-to-play game by the same company called Honkai Starbucks, which treats its player base like actual people and gives them a 5-star for free. Unbelievable.
They're completely different games. And there, my friend, comes these content creators. Think of it as your sexual orientation, if that makes sense. If you are a straight man and you start watching a lot of gay porn, at the end of the day, your sexual orientation will change and you will become gay.
Alright, so are you speaking from experience? Because if you are, then you are fucked up. If you aren't, then you're talking out of your ass. What the fuck is that analogy, bro? Where did you learn that shit? Who could have possibly told you that? Let's use the reverse then. If a gay person watches straight people have sex, then the gay person becomes straight as well.
Don't try this at home, please.
Don't worry, man. Anyone who takes your word at this point is a fucking idiot anyways.
It is a psychological warfare. When you watch the same content creators who were loving Genshin Impact previously, but now they hate that game but switch to loving Honkai Star Rail, and you consume their content again and again, you subconsciously start loving Honkai Star Rail. Do the experiment with yourself. Take a waifu, always talk about her. See her pictures over and over again. Engage with her fandom on different platforms. Make her fan arts yourself. After a week or even less, you will fall in love with her.
Bro, of all the characters you could have picked, you picked fucking Layla, bro. What the fuck? Do people actually think she's hot or something? Like, why not any other character, bro? Besides the kids. And what's the next step? You fall in love. What's the next step, buddy? Is it to watch hentai or believe she actually exists in the real world? And let's get to your actual point. Why do we have to blame the fucking content creators, bro? You know, I'll shut up. Maybe this guy is a psychological expert. Maybe I just don't know jack, and everything he said so far is fucking true. Including the sexual orientation stuff.
It is called mind manipulation. A thought injecting inside you again and again like adrenaline to make you think like this is the ultimate truth, even if it is not.
He must have a degree in psychology. Ain't no way he's talking out of his ass for this long, right?
And if you think boycotting Honkai Star Rail just because of Genshin Impact is going to an extreme, I completely agree. A game that is giving justice to their player base, doing everything in their power to keep their players loyal, and meeting a lot of players' expectations, should not be the victim of a crime it never committed.
That's the first logical sentence in this entire video, guys. And now he's gonna justify not doing the logical thing.
But then let's talk about the history. Do you think doom posting and downvoting of Zhongli forced Hoyoverse to buff him? No. Chinese players went mad. Things went to their government. Sentiments of anti-Chinese patriotism were made. It took extreme actions and measures to buff a single character who was representing China in front of the world through their game.
Imagine being so pathetic you have to sue a company because your favorite character came out like a weakling. Couldn't be me, man.
The entire community united for the cause of fixing Daya. Nothing happened because things were still not as extreme as they were before.
Yeah, man, all you Dia lovers, you should have sued Hoyoverse while you had the chance.
It took the bombardment of Honkai Impact 3rd, Google Classroom, and 7 to 8 different apps including those that had nothing to do with Genshin to voice their opinions.
Imagine they cared in the slightest about Google Classroom getting bombarded.
And they just did the damage control and nothing major. Do you think asking players to just boycott Genshin and switch to a different Hoyoverse game will do anything remotely close to it?
Yeah, man, definitely doesn't tell them that one game is simply better than the other. It has to mean that both games are good.
I doubt that. Because at the end of the day, if you are not spending money on Yalan because she is from Genshin Impact, but instead, you are spending money on Kafka or appreciating her, you are actually intensifying players not to give money to Hoyoverse through your left hand, but give them money from your right hand.
So, the Honkai Star Rail department gets rewarded and the Genshin Impact department probably gets fucked in the ass, I don't know.
Hoyoverse already has the data of every player who played Genshin Impact and switched to Honkai Star Rail, who was spending money on Genshin before, and now is spending more money in Honkai Star Rail because he has already boycotted Genshin. If I have 2 teams underneath me, and you are my customer, and you are saying I don't like your team Genshin so I will not play Genshin on stream, I will not advertise that team. I will tell players to leave this team behind. But instead, I will advertise Team Star Rail. They are amazing. They're good. I love them. I will make players switch to Honkai Star Rail instead. So what will be my reaction? Of course it would hurt me a little bit, but maybe that's what I want them to do.
Now let's hear his Giga Brain point, guys.
Maybe I want players to get addicted to different types of play styles, ultimately making more money. I already know the moment I will release Arlecchino, I will get enough money to fund all of my staff for the next 5 months and make the entire Nalon map plus the Pyro Archon. But even if no player play Genshin, if they switch to Honkai, I will still be able to complete the game from Star Rail's money without caring much about the players.
Okay, so why complete it in the first place then? If no one's playing the game, if it's literally earning $0, why would you ever complete a game? Just leave it half finished, like what the fuck, just finish? Just move all your workers to Honkai Star Rail. What is I don't even know, bro. One thing's for sure, this guy smoked way too much mint.
And trust me, I know the same content creators that want one of my game to die. They love it when my second game makes more money. And let's be real, even right now, Genshin is still making more money than HSR. But the moment it will change, the moment Honkai Star Rail will exceed Genshin's revenue, same content creators will hype the game so much. Same content creators will give a round of applause. Comments of Genshin could never will be all over the internet, forgetting that this game is also a Hoyoverse game.
Yeah guys, don't forget it's a Hoyoverse game. You should never buy a Microsoft game again because Redfall was trash. You know Minecraft? Fuck Minecraft. You don't need Minecraft. Don't buy Minecraft because it's owned by Microsoft.
Forgetting that it will not matter to me as an owner. Forgetting that you cannot possibly force me to change what I am doing with Genshin if that keeps up.
Yeah man, definitely don't stop developing the game at that point. That's impossible.
And let's be honest, me talking to all that scenario means nothing. I cannot convince you to even boycott Genshin when I myself log into the game daily. How can I possibly get ahead of myself and start asking for you to boycott Hoyoverse as a whole?
Then why put up this video? Why? And imagine still logging in for dailies and resin, guys. Couldn't be me.
I just can't. But I still believe that if you want to force Hoyoverse to do the changes that you intend, and it's a big list of changes, not just limited to the rewards, you cannot possibly just ask players to stick to doom posting or review bombing Genshin because it never worked before.
It did work, but the problem was that everyone just shut up, stopped fucking giving a shit when they gave those 10 wishes and the wings. Just goes to show how easy it is to control and satisfy these Genshin players.
You either need to go all the way in, start being crazy and insane, start review bombing Google Classroom and Amazon again, boycott HSR, Tears of Themis, Honkai Impact 3rd, swear to never play Zenless Zone Zero, switch to Wuthering Waves.
Alright, now we've gone full schizo mode. Who even plays Tears of Themis, by the way? Also, no one's gonna play Zenless Zone Zero if Wuthering Waves turns out to be good. Unless you like a whole bunch of TVs.
Make them feel like they're going to go bankrupt. Only then will they do the damage control and give you 10 more intertwined fates. What? You thought they will change their ways and do something good for Genshin? Nah, stop dreaming. But then again, maybe they will learn something about it afterwards. Just saying, if you want to fix Genshin, you need to boycott Hoyoverse as a whole, not just a single game. Wuthering Waves is the best competitor, best Genshin killer, best alternative. Even if you don't like a certain aspect of it, you still stick to that. Do not engage with Hoyoverse. Do not care about characters. Do not pull for CLA 2.0. Do not install Honkai Impact 3rd. Do not get hyped for Arlecchino, and completely leave the company behind, and then do review bombing on all of their games.
Yep, that definitely won't confuse anyone. That will definitely send the right message.
Make boycott Genshin trending on Twitter, start mailing their government, start making protests, tell them you will commit if they don't fix the game.
The first one is already happening. The second is asking a country without democracy to change something, which has nothing to do with them. The third is just expected from the average Genshin Impact player, definitely. Yeah, that definitely sounds like something Layla's armpit sniffer would say.
Cross China borders illegally just to create your Bilibili account to doom post Genshin and Hoyoverse.
Or let others do that, or let the 3 million people that unfollowed their account do that. Why are you telling us this? Bro, I know one person is listening to this guy saying he's spitting facts. I'm gonna do that right now. It's crazy out here, man.
Make a riot. Shout boycott Genshin from the roofs. Start asking your Chinese friends to start making boycott Genshin Douyin videos. Ask your government to put pressure on China that if they don't fix Genshin, we will resort to the N-word. I mean the military N-word.
Ah, yes, let's just call the Chinese people the N-word. That's definitely gonna get them upset and not make you look like a complete fucking moron. Also, definitely shout from the roof, guys. They definitely won't think you have gone complete fucking psycho and won't throw you in jail. And while we're at it, let's just start a riot for good measure. Everyone will definitely join our 3 wishes cause. There's no way this last part isn't satire, right? There's no way. Right? I mean, he puts normal things in between, so who knows?
We will start World War III if they don't fix Genshin. Tell them we will go back in time and revive if they don't fix Genshin. Also, it would be better for the people of Palestine as well.
Holy shit, guys, this is going into TOS territory. Bro, like, this has to be satire, like, you can't just say that. Unless this guy is literally Palestinian. Unless he bears some deep hatred for these people, because depending on how his family was affected, that would be a normal thing to say, for him at least. But if it's like some random Arab dude, like, you have no right to say this shit, man.
But anyways, you get my point, right?
Oh, God! No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Can you leave the entire Hoyoverse behind after the release of Wuthering Waves? And after saying all that, I cannot force you to stop playing Genshin.
You can't force yourself to even stop playing Genshin and spouting this nonsense.
I'm a useless idiot in all of this war who cannot even ask you to take a very first step, and you think we can take on against multi-billion-dollar company by boycotting one of their game while praising the other?
No man, definitely not. All content creators just stop playing both games and move on, because you've convinced me that everything you said is correct. Everything you spoke is facts. Anyone still playing Honkai Starbucks is a hypocrite. Make sure to cancel the bald guy, Wario, Pokey, Little Bear, and literally every other Honkai Starbucks content creator you know. If they're confused, just show them this video, man. They can't refute these points. They are facts.
Do let me know. And if you agree with my takes, subscribe. If not, tell me where am I wrong and I will see you in the comments section. Peace.
Bro definitely thinks he cooked. I agree, man. You cooked the whole kitchen. Make sure to tell him where he's wrong, guys. I think we all need to cleanse our ears after hearing all that. And to be honest, this video got me thinking. People really shouldn't have disliked Tenna's video. We were just ungrateful, you know? We just didn't know how low the bar could go for making a shit video. If Tenna re-uploads that video, I'll just go and like it, man. Fuck it. You know, maybe people like Steamed Bun X weren't the bad guys. Fun fact, this guy changed his name twice after exposing Pokey. First he added drama, now he's a Hoyo shield. But where's the content, man? Where is the video exposing Tectone? Where is the video exposing Gotcha Smack and all those other manipulative, ungrateful content creators? We need that shit, man. And we need it now. Bro, this shit got posted 3 days ago. I could have reacted to this first, man. Anyways, if you ever find unhinged content on the internet, feel free to send it to me through Discord, and I'll shout you out. How does that sound? Only quality content here, folks. Subscribe, please.